Okay, let's bring in Fox News contributor and columnist Miranda Devine. Miranda, it's always great to see you again. It's always a pleasure. What was your reaction to this news? There's rampant speculation. It was about how the Epstein files were handled, or the cases against Trump's opponents were handled, or that Bondi allegedly gave Eric Swalwell information about the FBI's release of FBI files about his former relationship with a suspected Chinese communist spy. What do you think?
Yeah, thanks, Liz. I think the writing was on the wall for a while with Pam Bondi. She had some good successes. She's named them in her Farewell Truth social, including, 24 victories in the Supreme Court. But she never really recovered from her early mistakes over Epstein. As Susie Wiles even said, she whiffed it when it came to those binders that she gave to the influencers and saying that she had the Epstein files on her desk when there was no such thing. So that's dogged her, and I just don't think she was aggressive enough for Donald Trump's liking when it came to de-weaponising the Department of Justice or finding accountability from those people who did weaponise the department against him. And, she had several losses, whether it was Letitia James or Jim Comey. Any ability to bring accountability there didn't happen. And there's only 9 months left, midterms. If the Democrats win, they only have to win 3 seats, then they're in charge and all the opportunities are gone. So and then the Eric Swalwell story, I find very curious. I think it's being leaked. The DOJ is full of snakes, and I think there are people who were gunning to get rid of her. And the fact that Chuck Schumer doesn't like her is a positive, I think. Yep. But the Eric Swalwell story, the Washington Post first had that leak that the FBI was looking to release all the sort of Fang files about his entanglement with the Chinese spy. And I guess fingers were being pointed at Pam Bondi, but I don't know of any evidence of a friendship between her and Eric Swalwell. I would find that very unusual. They may be cordial, but, he's an anti-Trump Democrat and she's a pro-Trump Republican. I doubt very much that she would be helping him in particular. So I think that's just part of the swirling dirt.
Yeah, swirling dirt. Does the public need to see Swalwell's FBI files and whether he put U.S. national security at risk? Remember, former Speaker Kevin McCarthy kicked Swalwell off of House Intelligence because FBI officials reportedly warned against having him on that due to China apparently targeting Swalwell for espionage. He had that woman who was a suspected Chinese spy in his office. He's still on House Homeland Security. The question about the FBI release is why now? Because he is dropping in the polls way behind Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco to be California's next governor. Why is this story coming out now?
Well, I don't know, other than I think it's a long time coming. Eric Swalwell has gotten away with that very curious and sinister entanglement with the Chinese spy Fang. And I don't know. I know that that Congress has looked at this and decided not to do anything about it. So maybe the FBI has something that they believe that the public needs to see. And the fact is, Eric Swalwell has not got a leg to stand on when he's accusing the Trump administration of weaponizing the DOJ against him. He's been at the heart and the biggest, along with Adam Schiff and Jamie Raskin, the biggest proponent of weaponizing the Department of Justice against Donald Trump and everyone who's allied with him. So he's a hypocrite. And I'm not, shedding any tears for him. But let's see, the FBI should be doing everything by the book.
Got it. Miranda Devine, always wonderful. So smart. It's good to have you on the show.
You too, Liz.
Come back soon.
Thank you.